This is WNBF News Today at 5.
This plunge in temperatures is believed to be beautiful weather for some people, but I'm live with how we're all surviving this cold spell.
And those record lows may have you cranking up the heat and lingering in the shower. What you can do to prevent a system overload.
Also, the cold can hurt your four-legged friend. We'll show you the breeds you've got to be more concerned about keeping warm. But our coverage begins with temperatures in the teens. Marlo, this is happening in the Grand Strand and the PD.
That's right. It is across the map. Temperatures right now in Florence, 14. It feels like 5 because we've got a wind coming out of the north at 6 miles an hour. And across the Grand Strand, not much better. Temperature of 18, feeling like 9 this morning. So single-digit wind chills from the Grand Strand to the PD. Other temperatures to note, notice we are all in the teens, even down in Murrells Inlet, 19 right now with those wind chills currently in the single digits for pretty much everybody. Now, as we go throughout your day today, we will finally get into the 20s by 10 o'clock this morning, the mid-20s by 11, full sunshine and not quite as windy, but temperatures don't improve much through the afternoon. I'll have an hour-by-hour detailed look at the day ahead as well as the weekend coming up at 5:15.
All right, thank you, Marla. 5:01 is your time. The dangerous temperatures have schools in our area on a 2-hour delay this morning. Horry County and Georgetown County schools are on a 2-hour delay for students only. Staff is asked to come in at their normal times for those parents who need to drop off their kids earlier. Marble and Robeson County will be on a 2-hour delay for both students and staff. Remember, you can check the scroll at the bottom of your screen throughout the shows this morning for updates.
Another day of this cold weather making it very hard for a lot of us to warm up to our little piece of paradise. However, visitors still see this weather as a real escape.
Jenna DeAngelis is live this morning. She went around town to see how everyone, including businesses, are tackling these temperatures.
Well, David and Theo, you can see just by one look at me, my gloves, my scarf, this puffy jacket, even my breath, that it is cold out here. So whether you're used to this weather or not, you need to make sure that you layer up. But I went out and spoke to some of you to see how you're surviving this cold spell.
Since I'm from Montreal, there's a lot of snow and really cold over there, so it's really good here, and the sun is good and no snow.
Melanie and her family grabbed a cup of coffee and chairs to soak in the snowless weather at the Market Common. They're not the only snowbirds who told me our area is their getaway.
And they have ice and snow, and there's none here. None here.
Minus 41 back home now with the wind chill. Minus 41. So this is like balmy weather for me. It's just great.
But not quite balmy weather for everyone. I asked our out-of-town guests how they handle the cold, whether it's here or there. Their advice, take the good with the bad and just be prepared.
You bring shorts and you bring your winter coat.
Dress according to the weather. Put a few more layers on. It's great.
Both women are refusing to let the cold freeze up their trip.
We go to movies, we go to shows, we go out for dinner. There's always lots to do.
And we're shopping.
And we shop.
We shopped yesterday, she and I.
But for businesses that thrive on the sunshine, colds can completely change their bottom line.
Well, when it's cold like this, the local people don't really want to come out. The snowbirds aren't moving around.
Less people traveling from bar to bar and restaurant to restaurant. But when they come, they stay, and they stay warm and have a couple of drinks, and that helps.
Something that definitely helps is hosting many shoulder season events like tonight's Mardi Gras. But unfortunately, the cold can still play a factor on attendance. So coming up, how the restaurants plan to get you here. Reporting live in Murrells Inlet, Jenna DeAngelis, WNBF News.
All right, thank you, Jenna. Well, when temperatures get this low, we worry about ourselves, our kids, and home. But don't forget about the pets. Veterinarians are hoping that pet owners take these temperatures seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. Raycom News Network reporter Tiani Jones has more on this cold weather threat we may have never considered when it comes to our pets' safety.
You've probably heard it before or even said it. Dogs can handle the cold just fine, but veterinarian Sarah Tankersley at Huntsville Animal Clinic says not so fast.
Some dogs have fur, your Huskies, your German Shepherds, yeah, they have a lot of protection, but your Chihuahuas, your Dachshunds, your miniature pinchers, they have a lot thinner fur.
In fact, she says when it comes to hypothermia, dogs and humans,
just the same. They can get frostbite, they can get all of those complications.
And outdoor dogs need to be watched closely.
With the outdoor dogs, my biggest concern is making sure that they have the shelter they need, whether, that's a dog house where they can get out of the wind or the rain or the snow, but then also heating supplies, whether that's a soft, warm bedding.
For those pampered pooches who spend their winters in a warm home, Dr. Tankersley suggests bundling them up before they hit the freezing temperatures.
The dogs that aren't used to it, I definitely do recommend little sweaters when they go outside. But the biggest thing is not forcing them to be out longer than they want to be.
Well, more details for you. You should remember that outdoor animals need to have their water constantly refreshed because it can freeze easily. Vets also say that these freezing temperatures can cause a lot of health issues for older dogs. Well, many electric companies are predicting record energy use this morning with the bitter cold. Representatives are asking you to conserve power so that the grid is not overloaded. The peak times are between 5 and 9 a.m., so here's how you can help. Turn your thermostat to 68 degrees, use less hot water, and take shorter showers. Also, try not to use heavy-duty appliances like dishwashers and clothes dryers. Turn off lights and unplug any phone or tablet chargers you aren't using.
Happening today, preparation for Atlantic Beach Bike Fest this Memorial Day weekend are coming together. This is Myrtle Beach Police meet with business owners. WMBF News reporter Mandy Knoll live in the studio to explain the purpose of this meeting and what police are hoping to accomplish here. Good morning.
Good morning, David. Yeah, police say their goal is to be absolutely transparent with the entire community when it comes to Bike Fest this year. They want everyone, law enforcement, neighborhoods, and businesses on the same page across the board. Now, you all remember the chaos and violence that ensued last Memorial Day weekend. The Bike Fest Task Force was created to make sure that doesn't happen again. The task force has been busy putting together an operational plan. A pivotal part of that plan, police say, includes educating the entire community. Police have been busy meeting with what they call community watch groups in neighborhoods across Myrtle Beach to discuss the plans and expectations during the weekend. Well, this morning will be the first business watch meeting they've held.
To educate our businesses on exactly what they can expect Memorial Weekend, as far as how will the traffic loop affect their business, how will the traffic pattern on Ocean Boulevard may affect them.
Police say the responsibility to maintain order during Memorial Day this year does not just belong to the men and women wearing a badge. There's a big responsibility on the shoulders of downtown businesses. And I'll let you know exactly what police expect from them coming up in the next half hour. Live in the studio, Mandy Knoll, WMBF News.
Mandy, appreciate that update. Right now, a suspicious fire at a Kroger's bathroom is under investigation. Horry County Police now searching for 3 men they believe might be responsible. That fire happened at the store in Garden City early Thursday morning. These are pictures of the young men police want to talk to about that fire. Officials with the Murrells Inlet Garden City Fire Department say the flames caused very little damage and no one was hurt. For a closer look at these pictures, head to WMBFnews.com. If you recognize any of them, call police using the number that we've put right there on this story under the local tab at WMBFnews.com. One woman's travel plans came to an abrupt end at MYR when TSA agents found a loaded gun and a knife, both in her purse. Agents found a Smith & Wesson .38 caliber handgun and a knife in 52-year-old Janet Alfred's bag. The woman told police she simply forgot the weapons were in her purse. She's now been charged regardless with carrying a concealed weapon in certain restricted areas, including an airport. Officials say that this is the first firearm found at MYR checkpoints this year. There were 3 found last year.
You can talk to Surfside Beach Police and Fire Department officials about any issues you may have. They're holding a Coffee with a Cop program this morning from 7:30 to 9:30. Just stop by Big Apple Bagels on Highway 17 North. All community members are invited to attend. Well, your votes have picked the new Florence School Board District 4 trustee. Brenda McKithen won that seat after getting 210 of the 373 votes during the special election. 2 others were running for that position. A reminder for you right now about a special meeting on the Cherry Grove Canal dredging project in North Myrtle Beach. City Council will hold that meeting tomorrow at 10 a.m. at City Hall. You'll learn more about the plans for the proposed $13 million project. Those of you planning to go will have 3 minutes to speak after the presentation. A final vote is not expected until early spring.
Also this morning, a heads up for America's Boating Course happening in Georgetown. Certified instructors from the U.S. Coast Guard will be teaching the course tomorrow. It is from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the Coast Guard station on Marina Drive. General information about boats, maintenance, safety, laws, and more will be taught. The cost of the class is $30 per person, $40 for a couple if you're sharing a book. Also, a short exam will be given to make to every student if you want to become eligible for that state certification. Hotels and rentals across the Grand Strand getting more business on the weekend than they did this time last year. This according to Coastal Carolina University's Britton Center for Resort Tourism. They found a 27% increase for reservations for hotels, condos, and campsite properties from around the same time last year. The Myrtle Beach Pelicans have been named top attraction on the Grand Strand. This according to TripAdvisor. The team ranked #1 among 35 attractions in all. Coming in at second, the Chapin Art Museum. The Myrtle Beach Sky Wheel came in third.
New documents show the National Security Agency and Britain's electronic spying agency teamed up to hack a network. The documents were given to the Intercept website, founded by Edward Snowden, the former NSA systems administrator. They say the agency stole codes that allow both governments to eavesdrop on mobile phones worldwide. But it is important to note the story doesn't say either has actually done so. Suspended NBC News anchor Brian Williams has voluntarily stepped down from a military group he's been a part of for almost 10 years. Williams resigned from the Congressional Medal of Honor Foundation. That group is dedicated to promoting military valor and heroism. Williams served on its board of directors since 2006. His decision to step down comes a little more than a week after NBC News suspended him for lying about a 2003 helicopter mission in Iraq.
New video this morning shows an out-of-control car hitting a police officer in Michigan. Take a look at this. The officer pulled over to help a stranded driver, and then bam! On an icy road, minutes later, another car hits black ice and then crashes straight into that police officer. Here it is again. The impact sent that officer flying into a ditch on the side of the road. He was taken to a local hospital. He is expected to be... Oh, there it is again. He's expected to be okay. All right, it's bad enough when a virus infects your computer. Now some 16 million computers have been shipped to customers with software that practically invites them. We'll tell you which brand will need an immediate fix still ahead.
Then we have a cold day ahead and temperatures won't get much better heading out for dinner. Your First Alert forecast is just 3 minutes away.